This is the Radioddity QT80, brand new as of August 6th by Radioddity, but it's a rebranded Anytone AT6666PRO, which is okay, but this is not just a 10-meter transceiver, and this is not a CB radio. Now, a lot of the past units that I've had, I do still have the QT40, which is the chrome one that's in my diesel right now that I use all the time. The QT60, which I'm still trying to figure out where I'm putting that, but right now it sits on the desk in the shack. And now the QT80, which I think is going in my work truck. We're not sure. I got now 4 of these 10-meter radios that I want to play with. However, this, what I'll show you in this video, taking 4 screws off and moving a jumper, will actually do 15 meters, 12 meters, and 10 meters. That's right. This will do 21 to 29.7 megahertz. It is FCC type accepted. The FCC ID is on the radio. It's in the manual. It's on the website. We're going to check this out because this is new. And I will give a disclaimer here. I got my Bird 43. I did some power measurements. I'm going to use my COM120B IFR service monitor to do frequency, accuracy, and power, because this is a 80 watt QT80. It's an 80 watt PEP maximum 10-meter transceiver. It's sold as a 10-meter. The modification is not, told by Radioddity or whatever. It's there, okay? But I got about 72 watts. I don't have PEP on this meter here. The FM is rated at 50 watts, and I got about 38 to 40. So I want to use something better than this Bird. Although this has been calibrated 2022. It's due in 2022. So maybe this and the slugs are out of calibration. We're not sure. But this thing is cool, okay? So let's talk about it in its nutshell. An 80-meter, 10-meter transceiver out of the box. When you take the cover off, which I'll show you, if you want to, you can expand it to 15, 12, 11, and 10. Yes, it will do CB. What I'm going to say right now to Radioddity is I enjoy the radios you're making. I've used them all recently. I do use them. I've made contacts all over the world with them. I think you guys are onto something where you, or Anytone, if Anytone's listening because this is rebranded, you don't have to include CB in these. I know CB is a huge market. 11 meters is a huge market, 27 megahertz. However, the fact that this does 15, 12, and 10 meters, including FM repeaters on 10 meters, it's a game changer for the price that it is. An 80 watt radio, which will get you through the noise when the band is just not there. Now, and being that it's FCC type accepted, yeah, how about make one that's just for 11 meters and then one that will do HF bands as a ham radio operator. But the fact that all of this is in here, I love it. Let's talk about this in a nutshell here, okay? I don't usually do unboxings anymore. The manual is great. The manual does have everything. And to give you an idea of some of the, I'm going to give you real quick the functions and features of this, okay? Real quick, here we go. I'll show you. 7-color LCD display with backlight dimming. FM, AM, upper sideband, lower sideband, CW, and PA. The CW on this can only be used, and Radioddity puts this on the website, CW with a modification to the microphone to add, I guess, a jack for the CW key, or using something that you build here. You can use CW with this jack here. It's not, how do I put this, native in this radio. You can't hook a jack up to this, or a key up to this right now, but the option does exist. There is CW, I guess, filter in here, or not filter, but, bandwidth. You get the idea. We're going to skip the CW. Frequency tuning steps, 10 hertz all the way to 1 megahertz. And you will see that this is still got the channel here, right? And like I said, that channel doesn't really mean anything to us for ham radio operators. But by this channel knob here, right, pushing this, you will change the step size. For instance, right? Push the button. You can go by, what is that? What? 10, 100,000. I don't know how many. Not even hertz, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you want to go to 28 megahertz, there's 28, right? 28, 4, It's that easy, right? So you can change the frequency this way. The channel indicator, well, because it says I, like band I, so you hit the band here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And that'll change when you do the mod if you want to. So A, channel, let's see, B, C. C, channel 1 is 28.4, okay? That's your single sideband calling frequency for technician class. And that's one thing you could use easily for that if you haven't studied the frequency as a new ham operator. Now I want to say this also. As a new ham radio operator, if you are a technician, listen up. In the manual or online, it will say, in the specifications, maximum transmit, distance 50 kilometers. That is, pay no attention to that. They put something in it. Because if the band is open, you could use this radio and talk across the world. I've done it at 10 watts to New Zealand on my ICOM 705. I've talked to South Africa on my SBitX version 3 at 15 watts. At 80 watts on 10 meters, you can talk across the world as a technician class amateur radio operator with this radio. Now, if you're a general class, you can also talk on 15 meters and 12 meters, right? So this right here is a worldwide capable radio, or even FM repeaters. This does have all the CTCSS and DCS codes. It does do frequency offset, so you can use this for FM repeaters and AM. 10 meter AM is awesome, man. I've talked, 10 meter FM simplex without a repeater. I've talked to Costa Rica, South America, South Africa, Switzerland or Sweden, I forget, it started with an S. On AM, there used to be these guys in Greenland and Iceland, and they were on every day at 28 or 29.02. Every day with this old radio, I had an HTX 25, I think it was, or HTX 10, realistic. And I used to talk to those guys all the time on 10 meter AM. When the band is open, it's open. You could use this. PC programmable software. I'll show you the back here. There's a port. It does come with the programming cable, so you could use this to program FM repeaters or any other frequencies that you want. Okay. Receive and transmit noise canceling, noise reduction. Squelch and automatic squelch function, FM and AM mode. The squelch is up here, and you can see, you can turn the squelch up, but if you go down to ASQ, right, you can set an automatic squelch. And basically, President has that, where if you're in an environment where the noise floor is a little bit high, automatic squelch, it will take it, it'll squelch everything at the noise floor and down so that everything above the noise floor will be broken by the squelch, okay? RF gain power adjustment, memory channel modes, of course, repeater shift and offset frequency function, CTCSS, DCS, receive and transmit split function, scan, noise blanker, automatic noise limiter, dual watch, love the dual watch, hold function, no, I'm sorry, quick function, and then scan, look. So I'm monitoring 29.64, which could be a repeater, and 28.400, which is a sideband, upper sideband frequency. Monitor both, so if your 10 meter repeater opens up, bam. If you're on sideband, someone's calling the call-in frequency, there it is. I love that. That's pretty cool. SWR and SRF meter function. Timeout timer, high cut, emergency call, SWR protection. It folds back when the SWR becomes high, so it doesn't burn out the PA. Power supply voltage protection, low or high. So if it goes way high or way low, it'll save the radio. Key lock, DTMF, beep, enhanced Vox for Vox speaker, can support digital mode operation. I'm not sure if that means you can operate this with the Vox speaker in this microphone with a computer next to it to do FT8. Not sure what that means. Echo and programmable Roger beep. Yes, if you're using this on 11 meters, which I will, it does do those functions. I don't really use echo, but damn, who doesn't love a Roger beep, right? User-defined programmable function key on the microphone and more. So let's get into a couple of things I'll show you around right here. Okay, the microphone here is a 6-pin round, and they do tell you in the manual and online the pinout of the microphone. That way, if you want to wire up your own microphone here, or so you have the connections for a CW attachment, you can do that. One thing to note, if you do decide to wire up some sort of dynamic microphone, you go and hold function, and you're going to want to go to mic type, electric or dynamic. Make sure that is set, or else it's going to sound like crap. All right. The microphone here does have a nice click to it, right? And it's a clicking type, not the squeeze type like a Cobra or something these days. And on the top you have up and down, and you have a programmable function button. So hitting this for right now is set. You can switch timeout, timer, DC power, right? So you key up, tells you that. And I did not have a dummy load plugged in because it's right down here. So anyways, you can set that, you know, where you key up. Are you going to see your SWR, your timeout, timer, your DC, or off, right? And you can change that to whatever. So pretty cool. If you like to see your SWR like I do, when you key up, you can monitor that and set that as you key up. What do you want to see? Your voltage, your SWR, you know, whatever. On the front here, so we have your power and your RF gain, right? Here's your power. That's set to max 45, which would not be 45 watts. I guess that would be like 1 through, you know, like a, what do you call it? Linear, not linear. Like a logical number, like, you know, 2 equals 10 or whatever. So 45 would be maximum, okay? It doesn't represent 45 watts. Your RF gain, right? If you want to turn it off or all the way on, all right? Your volume down here, and you have your squelch, like I said, squelch here, and your clarifier. Clarifier you can set to transmit, slide on transmit, or clarify on receive, which is a thing in 11 meters back in the day when you wanted to slide and transmit. We won't get into that. Function, mode, band, scan on top, but if you hit the quick function button one time, and then you go to, you know, down, you know, the corresponding button, right? Like color, like function, band, right? Function, band, function, band, function, band. All right, I'll leave this on cyan for now. So this button right here, like band, you can change your frequency here. Hitting the function button and then the button gives you, you know, dim if you want to dim the screen. Dual watch. Same thing down here. Echo, split, high cut, and noise blanker, automatic noise limiter. Also memories, tone squelch for your channel, for your tone for repeaters, noise canceling, and emergency. Okay, and key lock. So, you know, in the function here or in the menu, you hold this. Now, mic gain, your step size, a lot of stuff here that I'm not going to talk about, but your programmable function key right there. That's how you can set that. AGC. So I guess you could do, yeah, slow, medium, or slow, fast. Slow or fast AGC. So they put AGC in a radio. Pretty cool. CW frequency. CW beep. Tone. High or low. I guess that would be, how do I explain that? Would that be your high cut? Your frequency of the high cut, or maybe not the bandwidth. Your bandwidth is actually going to be here, FM deviation. I want to tell you something. If you're on FM for repeaters, you're going to want to switch your FM deviation to 4 kilohertz. By default, it's 2. For less than 29 megahertz in the US, for single sideband operation, you want to set it to 2. If you're on FM, 29 and above, which would include AM, and the repeaters, you want to set that to 4 kilohertz. Now, the FCC, I think, says 5 kilohertz maximum deviation for FM above 29 megahertz and maximum 2.5 below 29 megahertz. And in Japan, they actually have a different deviation as well as different channel steps in the different parts of the 10-meter band. So, something to notice, okay? That's why I want to check that on the COM 120. All right, so transmit noise reduction, receive noise reduction, Vox speaker, Vox... automatic squelch, you can set that right here, right? So what you do is go to automatic squelch, turn this up to when whatever your noise floor is, if it's loud, boop, it squelches out. Then you turn your squelch all the way to the left. Now you're at automatic squelch. Anything above that level will break the squelch, okay? So by default, set to 4. Maybe you have no noise floor, no noise at all. So you want to set this down here to 1 or 2, right? And then set your automatic squelch to 2. Very simple. Pretty cool stuff in here, man. This is more than just a CB radio, I gotta tell you. Transmit repeater, so that would be your offset. Typical offset for 10-meter operation is 0.100 kilohertz, right? So you can set that if for some reason there's an offset, or you want to be that guy that's got to use some weird split operation so nobody can find you, which is totally illegal to try to be private on ham radio, but you can do it. That's what that's there. All right. Emergency channel, which we don't really use emergency on CB anymore. Dual watch set. So channel 9, like again, see, this is not going to be easy to set just by channels. If you want to monitor if you want to monitor 29.600 for FM simplex, and then you want to monitor 27.185 for channel 19, you'll have to do it that way. It'll be a little difficult. And the scan, everybody always asks, how fast is the scan? Let's find out. There you go. Okay. So, for some reason, I never scan on any radio I got. And people always want to know, how fast does it scan? Well, there it is. 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going in 1,000 kilohertz steps. You know, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. Not really fast. By the time that thing gets up to 600, 29.600, it's going to miss, you know, who's on there. So yeah, the scan's not too fast, but that doesn't bother me at all. All right. Let's look at the back. And by the way, it does come with the mounting bracket right here. It does come with the microphone, of course. It comes with a USB programming cable. Programming software is available online. Your mic hanger, fuses, and it's everything you need, man. Here, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. Let's turn this off. Let me show you the back here. Do this all in one cut here, okay? And nice heavy heat sink. Radio is actually smaller than the QT40 and QT60 size. So this is actually a better size than, I mean, a lot of people really didn't like the size of the QT40 and 60. It's quite big. But this, you'll see what's inside. Here's your SO239 external speaker jack here, and a mini USB, not micro or USB-C, a mini USB for PC programmability, but that's okay. People freak out. Why are we not using, I mean, well, okay, you know what? The questions, the comments I've seen is, are you still using a mini USB? Where do you find one? There it is. Comes right with the radio. So who cares what's there? There's your PL2303 Prolifix USB mini to USB A, whatever you call it. Okay, so I don't care what they put in the back. If I got a cable to match it, fine. All right. Now, where is this screwdriver? And let's get to the magic here. You take off, I know you don't see anything, how lackluster. All right, and you take off the 4 screws on the speaker side. By the way, there's your FCC type accepted ID. All right, now, here we go. If you want to use this thing on 12, 15, or 11 meters, 15, 12, 11, and 10, pop this cover off. Be careful not to bust this speaker thing here. Okay, I'm going to take this off just for video's sake. All right, that's what's inside the radio. Another style of radio on a chip, right? There you go. Here. Okay, can you see that? Let's see. There you go. All right. So your PA's back here. Here's your finals. That's why it's by the heatsink over here in the back, at the bottom corner. And yeah, different, you know, mixers and crystals and stuff. What you want to look at is right here. There is a jumper. Where is it? Okay, that jumper right here is on 1 and 2. All you got to do, pay attention, is move this from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3. Now it's on 2 to 3, okay? And you have to push a couple buttons when you turn this back on. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, plug your mic in. You're gonna hold band and memory and turn it on. Now you're gonna be 2 options, ham band or HF band. If you go to HF band and push the PTT on the mic, now push, now watch. All right, Now, here, watch this. I'll push in on the step here. 21. 21,275. There is your 15 meters right there. If you want to use 12 meters, 24, 930 to 990. There you go. You're in 12 meters. I mean, it will do 15, 12, of course. Yeah. There's your channel 19. So overall, I think this radio is pretty neat, man. You know, I'm gonna do I'll do a power test on the service monitor, which has been calibrated more recently than this bird meter, and will give you a better display on what's actually happening with the frequency correctness or accuracy, and the power and the PEP with the modulation, the deviation, and stuff like that. But guys, this is coming a long way. Anytone and Radioddity are you know, I say Anytone because I know people are gonna yell at me. Yes, Anytone probably made this. Radioddity rebranded it, but either way, Radioddity sent this to me to evaluate it and look at it, and they've sent me the QT40 and 60, and so far I haven't had problems. It's pretty cool what we're doing in the year of 2024, coming on to 2025 soon. Think about this, guys. You can get your ham radio license, become a technician, okay? And you can talk across the world on something like this and sound pretty damn good and have some features, and even use it as a CB radio or use it on as a general. You know, maybe you want to do 15, 12, and 10 meters, and that's it. Maybe you're not wanting to spend a whole bunch of money on this full-fledged huge HF radio, or you want better than QRP for just the higher bands. The Radioddity QT80 is pretty cool, I have to say. Thanks for sending that to me. And the next time I get this in, I got to figure out which I'm putting in my work vehicle now. I still got the Radioddity DB40 over there. I got to figure out how to get in there, the DMR mobile. I got to do videos on that. I already did one video. I got the President, George FCC. I got this. I got a lot of different radios that are coming in. And hey, more videos are on the way, guys. See ya.